Hi everyone, welcome to this ArchiWind tutorial. So today we're going to see how to create the surroundings and the terrain geometries using the OpenStreetMap Blender add-on. This guide is designed to ensure a smooth transition between the modeling phase into the simulation phase. In this tutorial, I will guide you through the steps of importing raw OpenStreetMap data into Blender and creating the two geometries that will be used to run the simulation. So now we're on Blender. So for this tutorial, all the keys that I'm going to press are going to be displayed here. So first we're going to delete the cube, the camera and the light, pressing A and X. Then we're going to go on the OpenStreetMap plugin panel on the right. We're going to paste the area that we selected before here. Then we're going to untick all those boxes because we don't need those elements, and they're going to be an issue if we import them into a simulation. So we just want the buildings. Then we press import. Can take some time. So if we zoom out now, we're going to see that, okay, now it's cropped out. So for bigger area, we want to make sure that the view is not cropped at 1 kilometer, but more than this, so 100 kilometers, for example. So then now we are able to see everything. We're going to do the same to import the terrain. So we go back on the OpenStreetMap panel, then we go on terrain, and then we import it. So as we can see here, the terrain doesn't match the elevation at some places. So what we want to do is making sure that the terrain is at the origin. So we're going to set the origin by selecting the terrain first, and then we're going to click on geometry to origin here. So now it looks better. We also want to make sure that the surrounding patch, so let's rename both of them to make sure. So this one is called terrain. This one is called surroundings. And we're going to remove this collection that is useless. Voilà. So we're going to make sure we select the surrounding patch, and we're going to basically extrude this patch through the terrain to make sure that the surroundings are close by the terrain at each point. It's going to help the simulation because then the surroundings are going to be watertight. So we selected the surroundings. We go in edit mode. We make sure that we are in vertices selection and not into edge selection, so vertices selection. Then we're going to press the key A to select all the vertices. Then we go to the extrusion, the extrude region. We make sure that we are following the axis, and then we're going to extrude following the Z axis, and we're going to extrude down. So this way we are sure that the surroundings are going to go through the terrain at any point of the domain. When we are done, we can click somewhere else, and we go back to object mode. So here you go. You can see the modification here. We can see that the patch is going through the terrain at all the points. So now we want to export both of the geometries to have one geometry called surroundings, .stl or .obj, and one geometry that is called terrain.stl or .obj. So here we go, we select the surrounding, we go to export, STL for example. We make sure that we have selection only ticked, and then we're gonna just export the STL. We do the exact same procedure for the terrain. Here, export. Just make sure to rename this one terrain. Selection only to make sure that we don't export both at the same time, and then we export. So here we go. So now we know how to import surroundings and terrain from OpenStreetMap into Blender, how to fix them if they have issues, and how to export them into 2 different STL that are going to be properly simulated. So thanks a lot for following this tutorial. I hope it's going to help you getting the most out of your ArchiWind simulations.